Since the launch of the Sinister Grace chapter, I've noticed that Road Life, one of the newest survivor perks, is being highly overlooked, and I'm a little surprised about this. In short, my perspective is that this perk is actually pretty damn good if you know how to use it, but it appears that the real benefit of this perk is not clearly seen right now. So I want to help shine a light on how this perk can be useful. First, I want to start by reviewing the requirements for the perk to be activated, as this is one reason why this perk is currently being overlooked. The requirements are that you be repairing a generator while injured, not broken, and that you succeed in 4 great skill checks. Once all 4 skill checks are completed, the perk activates. Now on paper, this can feel like a very situational perk, as you're not always going to be injured during a match, and you're not always going to be repairing a generator either, so the perk could potentially be unusable in some matches. Though I would argue that if the perk is never able to be activated in a match, it probably wouldn't have been useful anyways. Also, there's a countless amount of perks that players bring into a match and never use because the requirements are not met. For example, Decisive Strike is often brought into a match to counter tunneling, but do you always get usage out of that perk outside of intentionally getting down to stall the killer? In general though, you're likely going to be injured and repairing gens at some point in a match, and this is where this perk's benefit comes into play, as one of the most efficient ways for survivors to make up time in a match is to simply forego healing whenever possible and repair gens instead. And this is often done to counter a killer's perk, for example, something like Grim Embrace or Pain Resonance, or if the killer's about to rush over there and kick the gen, you want to get the generator completed before they can do that, or maybe even if it's the last generator in the match, you want to get that done obviously, so then everyone has a chance to escape. Now the most glaring downside to this perk is that the second you stop healing, the healing speed boost goes away. That is until the perk is activated again. Now this is certainly an awkward downside, as it severely punishes altruistic healing, because if someone were to hold shift, it would make the entire benefit of the perk essentially pointless. However, altruistic healing is not what this perk is designed for, at least from my perspective. The perk description reads that a 100% healing speed boost is activated until you stop healing. Notice that this does not specify altruistic healing, just healing in general. So you may be wondering then, does this mean that self-care healing is boosted with this perk? Well, as a matter of fact, yes. One of the easiest ways this perk can be best utilized is by simply stacking other healing perks with Road Life and then using a medkit to heal in about 6 seconds. Another great alternative is combining the perk self-care with Road Life, which can give you basically infinite self-care heals with a faster healing speed, assuming you're able to activate Road Life every time, of course. But to put it all simply, this perk grants one of the fastest ways to heal yourself when used appropriately, and the overall efficiency in a match that is gained from this is incredible, as you basically get rewarded for completing a generator while injured. And obviously healing yourself faster than another survivor means that another survivor can go work on another gen or do something else productive. And again, on paper this perk is not one of the strongest perks in the game, but when it's used appropriately, I really do believe this perk is up there as one of the strongest perks you can bring into a match. And it may not be useful in every match, but it would be foolish to dismiss this perk, as it can easily save you critical seconds at a match. Just don't stop healing once you start, otherwise the perk will become pointless. I have no idea why that's a thing for this perk. It just feels so unnecessary. They should have just made it a timer, honestly, like 90 seconds or something. But that's all I have for now, so thanks for watching.